Yo guys, what is good? It's your boy John Wong here, back again with another video. And today we got a pickup that I was actually really tempted to cop back in 2023, and now I finally got it. However, it's not in my size. Alright, so like my most recent video, with the Turtle Dove unboxing, I unboxed them at the time, and for some reason, because my camera was low on battery, it didn't capture any audio. So unfortunately, there was no sound to that. I just so happened to unbox this pair like right after I got the Turtle Doves. And again, that had no audio, so I apologize for that. I'll probably do a voiceover of the unboxing just because you can't hear my genuine reaction. But let's just transition over to the unboxing. Let's go! Whoosh. Now you guys might remember my comfy. I wore this during my Turtle Dove unboxing. So I basically unboxed these two shoes at the same time. Unfortunately, neither had audio. But basically this comfy is like a blanket that you wear on yourself. It's like a hoodie, super comfortable. My sister gave it to me for Christmas. So here we have the box for this review. Now this, I got it from Nike. And yeah, this box, you don't really need a box cutter. You can just kind of like peel it open. I don't know how I feel about that because this just means anyone kind of like open your box in the mail. You don't need a box cutter for it. But yeah, we got the box out. And as you guys can see, it's a blue box. It kind of looks really plain, but there's a lot of details on it. And as you guys can see, I show you guys the size tag. It's a 5.5 in women's. So it's definitely not in my size. All right, let's get the box open. All right, giving the iconic countdown that I always do. 3, 2, 1. Sheesh, as I always say. Let's get the paper out of the way. And obviously we got the Maniere. Oops. Oh, I just dropped it. Oh, that's not good. All right, we got the Maniere Jordan 5s in the Photon Dawn colorway. These are super nice. I love these a lot. Now, I'll talk more about it later on, but let's get back to the video. Shh. Alright, so now that we got the sneakers out of the box, as you guys can see, we have the blue box, right, with the box open. And yes, sir, we do have the Maniere Jordan 5s in that Photon Dawn colorway. So starting off with the box, as you guys can see it at first glance, it looks like a regular blue box, but as you guys take a closer look, and I hope the camera's able to pick it up, you can start to see the Maniere logo throughout the entire box. And I just love that Maniere does that. It's the little details that just make their shoes so nice, and I just love how they pay so much attention to the little things. And then as we open up the box, on the lid, we do have the Maniere written on the inside with the Jordan 5s. I guess that's how you know that a brand really cares about their collaborations with Jordan brand. When you see this much attention to detail, even the box, something that you don't wear, but just to make the product feel a little more premium, is what really gets it for all of us sneakerheads, honestly. Another thing I wanted to mention was that on the inside of the box, in our wrapping paper, we do have the Maniere logo once again, which is really cool. Alright, so like I said in the beginning of the video, I copped this pair, and you can probably tell, but this pair is really tiny. It's not my size, and that's because I got it for my girlfriend Jasmine. Now, when this sneaker first dropped in 2023, I was actually really tempted on copying these. I actually did go for them on release day, but I took an L, and I was debating if I wanted to pay resale prices. I just really love the Maniere Jordan 5s. I love all Maniere collaborations. Even if they are not going for anything, I still feel like, just the collaboration overall, the materials that they use on the shoe is super nice. However, given how many sneakers that I bought in 2023, I had to convince myself that I really didn't need these, and that's just because I already have so many white sneakers. I already have an Maniere Jordan 3, and even though I never owned a pair of Jordan 5s, I feel like it's not something that I would wear often. Therefore, I didn't think that I needed it in my collection. I pretty much thought to myself that if I had this, I maybe wear this for like 2 to 3 times and probably sell it. But nevertheless, I still think that the shoe looks really nice. I just love the blue tint that just runs throughout the shoe on the midsole area. It looks so nice, all the blue accents. This is a beautiful shoe, and if you're someone that's never owned a pair of Alma Manieres before, I feel like the Alma Maniere Jordan 5s are a great start and a great introduction to the brand in general. And the reason why I decided to buy this for Jasmine was actually because this pair was going for under retail, and they were basically sitting on Nike. So if you go on Nike right now, you can pretty much cop them for retail. However, I do have a friend who worked at Nike for the winter, and they were able to pass me an employee discount on the website. So I basically got these for 40% off. I ended up paying way under retail for them. Now on the website, they were going for $135. And it's just crazy how you can get an Alma Maniere for that low. And yeah, I was just really excited. You know, I thought to myself, Jasmine would definitely look good in a pair of Alma Maniere 5s. And she tried them on. She even likes them. I mean, to be honest, Jasmine's not even that into shoes that much, but I've just been trying to get her into the sneaker game over the last couple of years. Now, if you guys saw my video in the summertime, I showed you guys that I copped the Seafoam Jordan 4s for her. So the Seafoams were first, and the Alma Manieres are the second one. And yeah, I feel like, personally for me, the Jordan 5s are a pretty bulky sneaker, and even though the Alma Maniere Jordan 5s are a little more slim because they have a little less padding on the ankle area, I still think that they would look pretty big and disproportional on my feet. But Jasmine actually likes pretty bulky sneakers. She looks good in Jordan 4s, and she looked good in the Jordan 5s. So I think this is a perfect sneaker for her. Now, to be fair, when I gave her these and she tried them on for the first time, it made me really want a pair for myself. And I'm most likely not gonna cop a pair for myself, but I still think that the sneaker looks really, really nice. Now, shout out to my friend with the employee discount. You know who you are. I just don't want to put your name on blast in public just because I know it was supposed to be a family discount, but I really do appreciate with the connections that you blessed it up. I was able to get this for a really low price, so I'm really, really thankful. Again, thank you so much. So starting with the upper, we do have a nubuck construction in white running throughout the entire shoe. Now, a lot of people have said that the nubuck is actually more of a dusty white rather than like a matte white, and I kind of see it. I thought that people described it as kind of gray, but honestly, it's not that gray. It's more white. So I've seen other reviews, but I don't really know what they mean by that. And then moving down, we do have a black leather midsole following along with that signature Jordan 5, the shark teeth that is iconic for this model. And the shark teeth for this specific pair is in that diffused blue, which is really nice. I just love the little accents of blue running throughout the shoe. I just think it's a really clean touch to it. And then moving towards the latter half of the midsole, obviously we have that air unit that is commonly seen on Jordan 5s. And then going to the outsoles, we do have an oxidized yellow outsole, again with the Jumpman logo on it. And I just love how it's just intentionally yellow. That's just one thing that Alma Maniere loves to do. They love to age down their sneakers, make it look vintage, make them look like they've been worn for a long time. I feel like it really works with the sneaker. A lot of sneakers, they'll put like a yellow outsole on it, and it would just look really dirty. But even though the sneaker is supposed to look so aged down, I feel like the yellow perfectly complements that blue. They go really well together, and again, I'm a really big fan of that. And then moving towards the back half of the upper, we do have this perforation area that what seems to be constructed in rubber. Now, for typical Jordan 5s, I feel like this would be in mesh, and it would just be like a regular patterning. But in the Alma Maniere Jordan 5s, and I don't know if you guys can see this all too well, but in the perforation area, we do have the Alma Maniere logo running throughout. And again, you won't even notice this if you didn't have the sneaker, but just looking at it, seeing for yourself as a person wearing the sneaker, this looks really nice. So basically, it doesn't overwhelm the design of the sneaker, but it makes it very clear and known that this is an Alma Maniere collab. Now, I also had to note that this perforation area is featured not only on the outer, but on the inner of the shoe as well. Now, moving over to the laces, now these are not necessarily white laces. They're more like a dirty white, so kind of like a gray. So just think if you have like a white t-shirt and you wear it for a long time, it probably turns gray after a while, and that's the kind of look that Alma Maniere was trying to go for. Now, they did give us additional laces. Obviously, we do have our flat white laces. I feel like if you put these in, it would just make the shoe look too clean, and it would kind of conflict with the aesthetic of the sneaker. But you also have the cream laces, which I feel like is a great alternative to the dusty white laces. I think Jasmine was thinking about putting these in, but I don't know how they're gonna look. I still think that cream or dusty white, you can't go wrong either way, but definitely not the flat white. And then moving up to the laces, we do have a translucent lace lock that is kind of yellowed down, which is commonly seen on Jordan 5s. Again, I just love this little detail because it really just makes the shoe. You don't really have to tie your sneakers. You can kind of tuck them in the back of the tongue, and it just gives off a really nice look. Then moving up, we do have that silver metallic tongue, again with the Maniere logo on the left pair, but on the right pair we actually see the metallic tongue once again, except it's the Jumpman logo. Now when it comes to Maniere, I just love their mismatched tongue logos. I think it's just really cool. As you guys know, I'm a really big fan of Maniere, so everything that they do is just really intentional, and I just think that that's what makes a collaboration worthy of all the hype and all the respect. And then moving to the back of the sneaker, we have the Nike Air. Now it's not embossed or debossed, it's actually embroidered, so you can see this whole stitching of the Nike Air. And again, with that diffused blue, it looks really clean. Now this quality of the embroidery is really nicely executed. It's just a really good touch to the sneaker. And then moving back to the outer of the sneaker, we see that 23 that's also embroidered, and it's super nice. Again, that embroidery is really nicely done. There's no issues with the quality, there's no stitching issues, and yeah, I think that Maniere killed it again. And now as I'm talking about the little details that really make a shoe, I feel like a major thing that we have to talk about when it comes to the Maniere Jordan 5s is actually the inner of the sneaker. Now again, you guys probably would not be able to see with this kind of camera, but with the entire sock lining, even though you see this in this blue touch, if you look very closely, you can see the Maniere logo stitched into every single part of the sock lining, and it's just super nice the way that they did it. Now again, this detail is pretty much designed for the person wearing the sneaker. If you saw someone wearing this out in the streets, you wouldn't really know about this detail, and again, that's what really makes the sneaker worthy of a collaboration. Now I have to mention that there are certain collaborations that don't really try with their sneakers, especially when it comes to Nike. Now they'll have an all-white sneaker base, they'll throw on some of their signature colors, but that doesn't really make a nicely executed collaboration. But when it comes to Maniere, they just have so much attention to their details. They just put so much branding on it without making it look like it's too much. Now going over to the inner of the tongue, we do have the Maniere logo stitched in, and this is on the left pair, whereas on the right pair, now these are actually mismatched. So on the inner of the tongue, we do have the Michael Jordan signature logo. And then finally ending off with the insole of the sneaker, and I will have to say this insole is pretty tiny. We do have a pretty cushioned insole, which is really nice. I feel like this is definitely going to be a comfortable sneaker. And then one thing that I love about this particular insole is that we see the Nike Air, however it's embroidered into the insole. Now typically a lot of insoles have screen print designs, and after you wear them, you know, you rub against it and then it kind of fades over time. But this is gonna hold up for a long time because it's embroidered, and again, Maniere killed it with the little details that they have on a Jordan 5. And the last thing that I forgot to mention about the Maniere Jordan 5s, now I briefly mentioned it before, but this is especially exclusive towards the Maniere Jordan 5s, is that in the heel area, it is slimmed down. So I know Jordan 5s are typically very bulky up here just because there's a lot of padding. However, for the Maniere collab, they purposely removed a lot of that puffiness. It's not exactly like the Off-White collabs where it's completely slimmed down, but I will have to say though, I think that this is an easier sneaker to wear than other GR Air Jordan 5s. And again, the more I look at it, the more I kind of want to pair for myself. Maybe we'll see in the future. I know that prices on the resale market are not too high, so if I ever want a pair, I could just get it for myself, but I gotta tell myself that I really don't need it. It's a nice sneaker, but I don't need to have every nice sneaker out there, right? So there we have it, the Maniere Air Jordan 5s in that photon Dawn colorway. Alright guys, that pretty much wraps up my video for today. Now I'd like to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts of the Maniere Jordan 5s? Do you think that I should cop my own pair? I think that they are in the top 10 best sneakers of 2023, but that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. And if you guys like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to hear more from me, smash the subscribe button because more will be on the way. These are the Maniere Jordan 5s. I'll probably have some footage of Jasmine showing what they look like on feet. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!